What's going on, Mousetrap? It is I Tesla here doing a Wi-Fi battle against Gary, aka EnterZync, in the OU tier. He's bringing himself a Mega Pincer team facing off against my Mega Gardevoir team. On my Mega Gardevoir team, I had Ronald Wash, I had Latios, Heatran, Mega Gardevoir, Landers T, and Bisharp. On his Mega Pincer team, he has Latios, Keldeo, Heatran, Azumarill, Mega Pincer, and Excadrill. We both have a Fairy Dragon Steel Core going on. My Fairy Dragon Steel Core being Bisharp slash Heatran as a Steel type, Mega Gardevoir as the Fairy type, and Latios as the Dragon type. On his for his Fairy Dragon Steel Core, he has Azumarill as the Fairy type, Excadrill slash Heatran as a Steel type, and Latios as the Dragon type. With that being in mind, guys, let's take a look at how this battle all plays out as we take on EnterZync, aka Gary, one of my mods on Twitch, in an OU tier Wi-Fi battle. Woo-woo. Both of us are going to start off with Latios and Rotomash, respectively. I'm going to hard switch my Rotomash and go into Gardevoir here in case he wants to go for a Draco Meteor or something. And he's actually going to go for the Calm Mind, predicting my switch out, which is a good move on his part. So he gets a +1 in special attack and special defense. And knowing I can pretty much live a Side Shock from that at full health. So I go for the Mega Evolution right off the bat. I'm going to go right for the Hyper Voice, and my opponent is going to go for the +1 Side Shock. It's going to do about 75 to 80%. We got a Hyper Voice off of my Mega Gardevoir. Now, Mega Gardevoir is going to KO the Latios with Hyper Voice because of Pixelate and the 30% extra boost it gets. So that special defense boost did not really matter. I'm going to switch my Gardevoir out and go into Rotomash. I'm going to go for Aqua Jet, hoping that I might keep on Gardevoir in, but that is not the case. It does no damage to my Rotomash, basically. I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump here, as he switches out and predicting an Excadrill switch, but he switches out into Striker, the Keldeo instead, which is very risky on his part because it could have went for Volt Switch. But he's going to go for Hidden Power. I'm guessing I didn't know what Hidden Power was on his Keldeo, or I forgot what Hidden Power was on it, but apparently it is neutral against Rotomash, so it's probably like Bug or something. So Volt Switch is going to withdraw my Rotomash and go into Latios here. I'm going to go for a Side Shock. My opponent's going to switch the Keldeo out and go into Blacksmith the Heatran. And I really want to keep this thing with an Earthquake here. I do go for the Side Shock. It does not that much damage, and Latios is going to take some Life Orb Recoil. So he's going to go for Protect the Blacksmith the Heatran to see what I'm going to do next. And he does see that my Latios does have the EQ, so he's going to kill the leftovers. And then hard switch his Heatran out and go into Azumarill. As I do go for a Draco Meteor, predicting a possible switch into Pinsir. But that is no such luck for me, so I'm going to switch my Latios out and go into Gardevoir here and just basically sack it off, because I don't want the Latios to faint quite yet. So Knockoff takes out the Mega Gardevoir. Next out comes Whisk Me the Way, the Rotomash. I'm going to get a Will-O-Wisp off, and even after a burn, Knockoff is going to do a good amount of damage. So this is telling me it's pretty much a banded Azumarill. So my Rotomash's leftovers are knocked out. I'm going to go for a Peen Split with the Rotomash. Get some HP back. They keep going for knockout. I guess basically making this a sack play or something. His Azumarill takes some burn damage. He's going to withdraw his Azumarill finally and go right into Blacksmith the Heatran. As I do go for a Volt Switch here finally. So I do get Switch Initiative in this match. I do score a critical hit. Doesn't really matter though. I'm going to go right into Latios. And his Heatran is going to get healed leftovers. So yeah. And next, I'm going to go for Earthquake. That's going to knock out Heatran from the range it's in. Fortunately, I did not go for Protect, and I was able to take it out. Latios takes some Life Orb Recoil. He's going to Azumarill here. And I'm going to go for a Side Shock, hoping that this might take out the Azumarill with the Life Orb, and it does. So now Azumarill's down. I'm in a pretty good position in this match. I'm just going to go to Pinsir here. And he's going to actually double out a Pinsir and go into his Drill Bill, the Excadrill, knowing that I'm going to go right for a Draco Meteor. And Draco Meteor is going to hit the Excadrill, and it does not have Air Balloon, so it might be Scarf. Takes about like 40% for the Draco Meteor, but now it's just going to show its leftovers, and I'm like, I go for Earthquake here. I do go for the EQ with my Latios. It almost takes out the Excadrill, except he lives with 3 HP. He goes for a Toxic here, so let's say Toxic support Excadrill. And that's going to whittle down my Latios a bit, so that's unfortunate for me. Latios going to take some poison damage. And I'm going to go for a Side Shock, take out the Excadrill, and knock it out, basically. So now Excadrill is down. Now I feel like I can actually win this because I'm in a really good position. I have the advantage at the moment. He goes for the Pinsir, though. And Aerial Pinsir is actually going to go for not from my Latios with quick that range. So I'm going to switch into Rotomash instead. especially since Laios is at -2. So it does go for the Swords Dance here, predicting that switch out. And that's at +2, and he's gonna go for a +2 return, and that's gonna knock out my Rotom. Sadly, even though it's resistant, my Rotom is facing the defensive wall. He does knock him out. So I'm gonna go for the Intimidate with my Linder's T. He's gonna withdraw his Pinsir. He's gonna go right into Striker the Keldeo. As I do go for a Stone Edge on the Keldeo, and that's gonna do a decent amount of damage to it, but not too much. I'm gonna withdraw the Linder's T. Gonna go into Blood Crater the Heatran to basically sack it off at this range. He goes to a Skull with his Keldeo. It's gonna do about 40%. Heatran's gonna heal the leftovers. I'm gonna go for a Skull here, and that's gonna knock out my Heatran, sadly. So there goes my Heatran. Next out will come my Laios. He's gonna go for a Skull, showing me that he's a Scarfed Keldeo, which is unfortunate for my Laios here. I'm gonna go and checkmate the Bisharp. He's gonna switch Keldeo out. He's gonna go right into Pinsir here, expecting a knockoff. He is right. I did go for the knockoff, trying to eliminate that Scarf. He goes for the return. Does about 45%. Go for the Iron Head on Pinsir, almost knocks it out. Go for the Sucker Punch, and knocks out Pinsir, and now all that's left is that Keldeo to deal with. Out comes Striker the Keldeo. Gonna go for the Sucker Punch, hoping I maybe I can score a crit, but no! Keldeo lives on 3 HP. He's gonna go for the Scald on Bisharp. That's going to take it down, unfortunately. Now 3 HP live, man. And out comes Linder's T, and I know he's Scarf, so I'm hoping that maybe I can live a Skull from the Keldeo, but that is not meant to be. And Linder's T will go down. So yeah, that 3 HP live by Keldeo at the hands of Bisharp Sucker Punch really clinched the match for EnterZync, as I really wish I could have taken it out. And if I only went for a Swords Dance at first against it, as I predicted the switch on the Pinsir, I could have won this match, but honestly, I didn't want to take the chance of him going for a Skull on my Bisharp as I wasted my turn trying to go for a Swords Dance. So EnterZync did get the better man in the match. He did pull off a win and take that lead for me, and it's really unfortunate that his Keldeo was Scarfed after all, but what can you do about it? Anyways, if you enjoyed this battle, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I want to see more fantastic weapon action, and I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, stay salty, Raid Squares. Stay salty. Whoop whoop!